It is your boy, Brenton Biggers here, and but anyway, what is up, you guys? It is your boy, Brenton Biggers here, and welcome back to another video. And today, we are going to be rebuilding the Houston Texans with, one of my friends as the head coach, and your boy is the quarterback. So, we're working with practically nothing here. And this is going to be a little hard to work around with practically nothing as our team. So literally none of these players are starters pretty much at the end of the rebuild. We are a 68 overall roster and we have nothing to work with. We're pretty much guaranteed the first overall pick this year, but at least we have a quarterback that we can work around with, which is, again, me. If I, some reason, isn't, like, amazing this year or something like that, I will just maybe slightly upgrade me. I did end up making me a 72 overall. One of us is already injured. It's funny how we won a preseason game, but yet our team is absolutely dog shit. I didn't even mean to do that, by the way, but that's kind of funny how we won a preseason game, and it's against the Saints, who, like, again, every team in the NFL besides us is at least have good players. We don't, because we suck. As the second newest franchises in the league. Want to know why I say second newest? Because the Washington Commanders now exist. So now they're the newest franchise. Like the youngest franchise. I mean that by how like they changed their name and stuff, you know. But yeah, I mean will not even be shocked if we go 0-17. I don't know why why is Desmond King on my roster? I swore I cut him. Get him out of here. I literally swore I cut him. Alright, but, yeah, let's go see what are the top things in the draft. Obviously, the only, like, bright side of this is that at least we don't have to worry about the quarterback position. That is literally the only thing that I have a positive side of this, is that we don't have to worry about the quarterback position. So, one of the top things are tackle and wide receiver. And there's this scout that has wide receiver and cornerback. Get this one. I love getting this one. It's just so freaking broken. Just to get this one. It's so goddamn broken. Quarterback and tight end for the West, hey? Middle linebacker is one of them. So our Northeast is just linebacker. But it works out since, you know... Oh, wait, no, I mean the West. Middle linebacker and running back. That works, technically. Central, right end, and outside linebacker for Central. But we have the interior here, so we have to fire him. So what do we need for Central? What is Central? So I could go outside linebackers and DNs. And he has to be one. DN interior. Again, I don't need that. Outside linebacker, middle linebacker. No. Yeah, sure, I'll go with DN and running back. That works. Wait, what? Oh, there's DN and outside linebacker. Wait, what? Oh, it was our 2 started one. Okay. I'm like, wait, what? Nope. perfect. That's the exact one I needed. So obviously, again, this one I be moved to central. Alright, let's see here. Northeast, strong safety, running back, are some of the bigger needs here. So, safety and running back. He's the west. So what if I moved him to northeast? Move him to west. I think that makes sense. Like, flip-flop them. I just think it makes sense. So, and then southeast. Right tackle, cornerback, and wide receiver. And our southeast is quarterback and safety. And again, we don't need safety. So what are we looking for? We're looking for cornerback and wide receiver. It's 1 star, right? Yeah. And I already know exactly who I'm looking for. Oh. Yep, there you go. Larry Miller. That was the guy I was looking for. Assign him to the southeast. Alright, there you go. So now we got our scouts worked. Now we're going to do is simulate it to the mid-season mark and, well, see how the team does, and also do that thing, which is the have one position that I can have more focused on. Which, to be honest, it is going to be a little difficult to decide what I want to do with it. Because, obviously, again, I don't have to use it on quarterback at least. That's the good thing. The bad thing is that I have needs at the entire roster. So I have absolutely no idea how to use that to an advantage. You know? So, yeah. So we have simulated through the midseason mark, but we're not going 0-17 at least, but we did end up going with 1-5. Why is this McCain keep getting on the roster? I have no idea, but I'll just keep him on the roster, but I'm just going to let him walk for free agency, because it's just like, it's constantly resigning him, and I don't know why. But what I want to do here is go with the interior offensive line. I know this is not really the best idea, but I think it just makes sense to have it at the interior, so at least we can know maybe there might be some good prospects in that portion of the draft. So pretty much all the top players are quarterbacks or pass rushers. And there are 4 quarterbacks at the top 10. This is not fun. I'm saying that just because, like, the only position of need that we don't need is quarterback. So, yeah. So we are the worst in offense with 13 in defense. That's a little interesting. I haven't been playing that terrible. You know, I've been doing alright. Rex Burkhead obviously sucks. That's not a big surprise. Like, he has barely three, like, he has like 3.5 times rushing yards as I do, but like, that's not a lot because I'm not really that good as a runner. Earl has been playing alright, a little bit better than I expected, honestly. On defense, we are generating 0 pass rushers that have over 2 sacks. That's bad. I don't care. It's the midseason mark. And Cameron Thomas has the most interceptions in 2, which is okay. But dang, our pass rush is god awful. We've kind of just been like flip flopping who our pass rushers are. I'm only simulating it to week 11, and then we're gonna just simulate it to the off season and see how our coaching tree is gonna go. We lost to Tennessee. At least it was a close game, but our offense hasn't really been that good. And such is life when I have 0 playmakers. 0. We lost to the Eagles, a very close game, but again, lost 10-8. So one of our backup running backs is out with a fractured shoulder blade, and now Rex Burkhead is out for the week. Who's our best running back? So that's not about to be fun. At least we're going against another team that's also 1-7. So this could be a chance where we might win. Obviously, I would prefer not to win, so then we could just hold on to the number 1 overall pick, which we're probably going to get, honestly. But, hey, if we win, that's fine by me. Like, it's just, seeing how good this team is. Again, we've been playing really good for the past 2 weeks as well, just close games. And we win by 18 points. At least we're not Giants bad, but that also means now we don't have the number 1 overall pick anymore. And our chances of getting the number 1 overall pick are now remarkably low. So, yeah, I'm just pretty much doing whoever of the top players. I don't like just looking through them all. And we're pretty much not going to do that this year because we have needs everywhere. So any player could pretty much be an upgrade at any position. So I'm assuming we're not going to get any more wins, but we might get like 1 more win or something like that. But I mean, either way, I am very shocked when we end up going at least 2-7. Like, honestly, I was expecting us to go 0-17 this year. So the fact we are 2-7 is kind of saying something. That means our team is not just completely trash. Which is not bad, but that's still not good. Still not good either, guys.
Hi, make sure to like and subscribe.
Honestly, in my opinion, I will honestly never know when the Texans are ever going to win their Super Bowl ring. Just in my opinion. You know what I'm really excited for, though, is the draft, which is coming up in 5 days. I don't know how I'm going to live stream it exactly, because I can't live stream it on my phone, which is very unfortunate. I, can't live stream on my phone, if I go say, oh, I want to go live or something like that, it says your channel does not meet our updated illegal requirements for mobile live streaming, you could still stream with your webcam or broadcasting software. So it doesn't let me, like, live stream on my phone, so I don't know how I'm going to do it, but... So we went 3-14. Washington barely wins their they won their 4th Super Bowl. They've won 4 Super Bowls since when? I want to see real quick. They've really won 4 Super Bowls? I mean, 3 in real life. Oh, so they went back-to-back. No, they went back-to-back Super Bowls, but they only got 1 Super Bowl. Oh, and this was the year when they had MVP Joe Gibbs, who ended up winning 2 MVPs. Oh, wait. Oh, it was coach MVPs. Oh, yeah, Mark Moslick won MVP. He's the only kicker that's ever won MVP. And then Joe Tominas, another Commander, who won the MVP. And then they win against the Buffalo Bills. It's so dumb how the Buffalo... So, they beat the MVP in John Elway in 1987. And then they beat the Buffalo Bills. I never knew they ever won 3 Super Bowls. I know they won at least 1, but I didn't know they ended up winning, like, 4. Well, now it's 4, but I never knew they really won 3 Super Bowls. I mean that by the Washington Redskins, who were the Redskins during the time, so yeah. So we again had Thorson offense with 29th ranked in defense. I mean, despite how bad our team is, I throw as much interceptions as I thought it was going to be, which is alright. Rex Burkhead didn't even get 600 yards. I don't care, you missed 1 game, at least. Our best receiver was Chris Moore. Our O-line wasn't really that great. We didn't have a single pass rusher that went over 5 sacks. And Temmon Smith had the most interceptions with 3. That's just how this rebuild is going to be. It's going to be a gigantic pain, and yeah. This is not about to be a fun season. Like, this, I knew this season wasn't going to be fun. Like, off in the gate. I just knew it was not going to be a fun season. Who should I hire as my new defensive coordinator? Jason Collins, welcome to the team. But one thing I am going to do before we head into the like, I'm not re-signing anybody, by the way, but before, like, we go to the off season, I just want to do all this stuff real quick. I just like having this fully maxed out because it's gonna help a lot during the long run. So, cornerback. I feel like safety would be the more reasonable, but I don't really do that. And I'm gonna build Mr. Moeller. Obviously, he's so he is a high school head coach in real life. Funny enough. So, and I always say this. I've said this every time since Jeff Saturday was hired as the head coach. I always say that I would rather had Mr. Moeller. Like, I believe that Mr. Moeller is better than Jeff Saturday as a head coach. So that means he was better than Jeff Saturday, in my opinion, Josh McDaniels, and he was better than Nathaniel Hackett, which are all teams that lost to Jeff Saturday. Well, Nathaniel Hackett didn't lose because they didn't they didn't have them during the time. I think it was Frank Reich, though, during the time. But it's so weird to think. And it, in my opinion, was very interesting to fire Frank Reich. Like, because it wasn't really entirely his fault. Carson Wentz, like, he was good except week 18. Which is the reason why he was gone in the first place. So it's just like, really? There are a few of the top free agents that for some reason have interest at the team. Denzel Perriman, I would like to sign you on a 1-year pack, and I'll even increase the money. Just so you know, a 1-year pack, it wouldn't hurt. Jermel Dean, I would like to have in a long-term standard. So here you go. I would like him to be on our team for long-term success, but if he doesn't want to be here, that's fine by me. George Thornhill. You can be a solid safety. I'll give you a 3-year deal, but just slightly decrease the salary. I'll slightly decrease it. Jordan Poyer, I'm very tempted just because he actually has a little bit of interest on the team, so I think I am going to sign him. It makes 0 sense because, again, we're not winning now, but it's just something I kind of want to do. I don't know why. Because, again, we're not anywhere close to contending. Anthony Barr, no. There's just nothing really crazy. I mean, there was really nothing crazy out of this free agent class, really. I mean, Ryan Neal, like, was one of those guys who were just, like, absolutely amazing. But, yeah. Termit Steele has full interest into playing in Houston. I do not know why, but he just does. So I guess I might as well sign him. I mean, hey, he has full interest with us. And might as well. And Nate Davis also has very good interest with us. Obviously, was one guy who's not getting targeted right now. You know what? Yeah, I am going to withdraw Jordan Poyer. I'm going to withdraw him. I will keep Denzel Perriman because I might even move it to a 2-year deal rather than a 1-year deal, but I don't really quite know yet. So, we're number 1 for Nate Davis, so that's a good thing. Connor McGarrow, I could give him a 2-year pack if he's still available as a free agent. So, yeah. Let's see here. So, everybody except Jamel Dean has been signed with us. And Jamel Dean is still a free agent, but now he has, I think, Carolina as his full interest team. So, I'm going to have to pay him a little bit more money to maybe get him on the team, which I'm totally fine with. So, yeah, I'm like totally fine with that. And now we're the number 1 for getting him. Okay, good. Connor, he does have some people trying to get him. But I am going to offer a 3-year deal pack. I'll give you a lot of money, though. So, that's it. Like, besides that, I don't really have any free agents that I'm really interested in. I mean, Tom Brady would be nice, but, like, we're not contending. And also, I have a better quarterback already. So, we didn't get Jamel Dean, but we did get Carter McGurrow. So, that's a good thing. So, we have perfect guards already. Now we just need to address the center position. And that's it. Besides that, this is the perfect team in terms of the interior. He's going to be like a short-term option. Trammell Seen, he might be my short-term option as well. But there are nice players just to have for now. Our defense is still a piece of shit, but at least we now have a linebacker who I might want to consider re-signing on a one-year pack next year. And George Thorhill. So we do got some pieces on this team, but they're very, very small. And I will be shocked if we don't have at least the number 2 overall pick this year. I say at least number 2 overall pick because the Giants were pretty bad, so I wouldn't be that surprised if they end up getting the number 1 overall pick this year. But if they didn't, hey, I'm not gonna complain. We get ourselves whoever we want and with the first overall pick. The problem is that there's like not a lot of players that I liked in the top 5 because again, majority of them were just quarterbacks. The other guy was a 3-4 player. So it's just like none of these players I was really quite interested in. So this could be a chance of getting draft picks. So there is some interesting stuff there. And also I just looked at mic microphones, like video, and it says like stuff like just like Tom Brady going to Miami, and like what? So this is like the only player I really have anything interested in. He like this part is alright. He is a very crazy of an athlete. Ran 4.57 in his pro day. You know what? Fine, I'll take him here. Hidden development at least, so that's a good thing. So, but I do not think he is going to be a crazy pass rusher by any means. But I'm not even expecting this class to be crazy. So, yeah. So 17, this can just be a potential thing. We could just get more draft picks next year because we don't actually have a lot, I think. But I would like to maybe get my quarterback a weapon because I don't want him to just have to carry the offense like he did last year. He's a really great athlete. He's a great athlete. He has really good traits. You know what? Fine. Jamal Crocker. Let's go. Hidden development, yeah. 94 acceleration, 94 speed, 92 agility, 92 change in direction. Yeah, he's going to be crazy. But at least now we have a running back. So at least he doesn't have to constantly throw the football. You know, at least we have that. They got a safety to replace George Thorhill, which again, we didn't end up signing. But one thing I would like is to get an offensive lineman. We do not need a tackle. I mean, left tackle. We need right tackle, but we don't need left tackle. We don't need guard. We need center. And I'm going to go with Matt Brown. He has hidden development. I didn't check how good he was as an athlete, but he looks good as an athlete. 89 strength, 81 acceleration, 68 or 69 agility. That's decent. So they went with the tight end, and then they went with the nose tackle. What do I want to do here? I think I kind of just want to do is trade a first-round pick for next year. Because, like, that's, like, the only instinct I'm having right now. But Derek Dawson is very interesting. He's great acceleration and agility with solid strength. And he has a lot of A to C's and also A in lead block and B in pass finesse. This is a kind of hard player to pass over. So, if he's available with the first overall pick in the second round, I think I am going to take him. Because, like, he has such good traits, it's actually kind of ridiculous. But right now, I want to look for the future and go get some picks next year. Tennessee is asking for a first-round pick next year and giving us 2 mid-round picks next year to move up to number 28. So, it was worth it. So we end up getting number 1 and 2 overall picks in the second round. Actually really nice. And Derek Dawson's still available. I can't pass over that. You know what I'm gonna do though? I am probably gonna yeah, I'm double downing on the O-line. 93 strength, like I'm not passing over that. No. No. Why? And then I'm gonna take that tackle. That's just like this guy is just so hard to pass over. It's actually ridiculous. But the problem is drafting him. I have 3 tackles. And I just signed 3 O-linemen. So I don't really know what to do with that. Just in my opinion. Alright, so I think this pick, we're drafting defense. We're drafting defense because we really need to fix this defense. And this defense is not that very good. We have nobody at corner. We have no one at left end. So I think I'm just going to go with corner here. We have to get a corner. I don't care how good he is or how bad he is. We got to go corner. He's a good kick returner at least. He's a good kick returner, but that's kind of it. He's not good as a corner. He's 24 years old. He is good in terms of an athlete, but I don't think he's worth a second-round pick because of his age. Just because of his age. His age is very concerning. He's 21. Yeah, I'm taking him. This guy has... I don't know why he doesn't have elite speed or great speed at least, but I am going to upgrade that speed. He did end up getting normal development. But it's alright, you know, because, again, he might not even be my starting corner by the end of this. I only drafted him because we really ended up needing a corner. We really needed a corner. So, now with the first overall pick in the 3rd round, I would like to... Okay, there are not a single pass rusher that's even supposed to have speed rush at the left-hand position. So I might just move that other guy that we drafted to outside. I mean the left end. I am also gonna just draft it in the corner. I'm just gonna draft it in the corner. I didn't get a chance to look at him, I think. Oh wait, no, I did, right? Isn't this the guy who's like 24 years old, but he's really good in terms of an athlete? Yeah, he is. It's just like, he's D in zone and man. It's just like, no. Like, this is such a better value pick. He's a good athlete. He at least has C in man coverage. Like, he's just much more worth the pick. You know what I mean? I am just gonna leave the CPU to draft the rest of the draft. I know we had a number 3rd round pick, but I just was not in the mood to go and get another player in the 3rd round, especially when I didn't even have anybody like scouted. So I was like, yeah, I don't really care. So yeah, we have a lot of depth at the O-line. Our O-line should just be good, at least. Again, Conor McGarrow, I have him as my short-term option as left guard. I'm going to have that other guy who we drafted at right guard, move him to left guard, and then after maybe 1 or 2 years, I'll trade Conor McGarrow, and then he'll be my starting left guard, but it's kind of what I'm just going to do, I think. But let's see how good our draft was. I'm assuming our draft wasn't incredible or amazing in terms of, like, value. And, yeah, that's what I thought. We did get 275 overalls, which that does help. We have a 74 overall at center, which I don't know why it said that this center class was garbage, but whatever. 73 overall right guard and right tackle. And then it kind of just dropped, but I was kind of desperate for corner. So 68 and 69. We ended up getting a 72 overall nose tackle. That is actually going to be very useful. Another depth at the tackle position. Lacey Burner, he could be my potential safety of the future. Or, like, again, potentially. And then we got Michael Person, who is actually a really good athlete. So, he might even be a receiver that ends up being my slot. So, yeah, again, like, our roster still sucks. Like, we still have a lot of holes in the roster, but at least we don't have to worry about the offensive line anymore. Our offensive line, this is probably what our offensive line is going to look like for... Oh, we didn't draft a left tackle? I actually didn't know that. So, then, who we drafted in Derek Dawson, I'm going to slightly upgrade. I know, I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't know why, but O-linemen just get treated like a piece of shit in this game in terms of drafting. So I will slightly upgrade them. I'm not going to make them, like, overpowered to the point where, like, oh god, they're going to be, like, so good. I'm only giving him 3% better in terms of everything in pass protection. So, yeah, he's now a 76 overall, which that makes it a lot more easier for him to play at tackle. And then him, he actually could be good enough to even be my starting left guard this year. But like the this pick really screws up what I want to do with my O-line. It just really does, and I don't understand why. I drafted him, but I mean, he isn't bad at least, but it kind of just screws everything that I did during free agency with the O-line. Like, now he's a 76, he's good enough to even play starter. Kenyon Green, I'm easily adding him to the trade block because, yeah, he's my starting left guard. That's not surprising. Wait, where's Kenyon Green? I swear to God, I literally... Where's Kenyon Green at? Yep, there he is. I'm gonna put him on trade block. I'm kind of just curious to see what I could potentially get for him. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything crazy, but he is like 23, 22 years old, so he still has a lot of potential and, again, a lot of value left in the tank. He really could potentially be a slot corner. He's probably going to be my CB4, which is okay. And we do, like, again, this defense, as bad as it is right now, I think it could improve. Like, again, now we have an actual linebacker. Like, he's our best linebacker. Our linebacking core sucked last year, which now it's bad, but at least it doesn't suck anymore. We got potentially 2 starters at the nose tackle. I mean, at the D-line, hopefully. We also have a safety, which we didn't have again last year. So this could be a potential year where we could be a sneaky, mediocre team. Like, we might get like a 6-11, 7-10 record. Those are what I call the mediocre records. Mediocre, in my opinion, are 7-10 or 6-11 records. Bad is 5-12 or below, and then good is 8-9, 9-8, and then like great is everything above 10-7, and obviously elite, which I don't really have to explain that. So apparently, no one has any interest for Kenyon Green. That's interesting. For the first week I put him on the trade block, he has 0 interest. Now people are... Oh, never mind. It was Connor McGarn, who, again, I'm declining because he will be my starter. I want him to be my starter this year, but I don't know why. He's just a backup, apparently. I really wish he wasn't my backup. I really, really do, because I didn't sign him just for him to be a backup and a death piece. I didn't do that for that reason alone. So, I know I'm cheating, But I'm cheating for a reason of my fault doing, because I kind of just want to have in my starting left guard this year. Then I want my right guard who I drafted to be my actual guard this year. So yeah, again, I don't know why, but nobody has any interest in Kenyon Green for a second year. And how? Wait, what overall am I? Oh, I forgot to resign myself. I am an idiot. Am I a free agent? I'm an idiot. I forgot to put myself on my rookie skill contract. I deserve this. I deserve this to be a freaking idiot. I deserve this to be an idiot. I deserved it. I deserve this so hard. Yep, I'm on the Panthers. How much is it to trim myself back on this team? Yeah. I deserve this. I actually genuinely deserve this. For being an idiot. I deserve this just because I'm an absolute idiot. I deserve it just to be an idiot. So, this time, I'm going to make sure that I'm on a rookie scale contract. So, 3-year deal pack. I'll slightly decrease the money that I shouldn't be getting paid. Obviously, again, when my contract expires, which is about to be 3 years later, I will sign the contract that I would like to sign. Because it's myself. I know what I'm going to do when I want to be in the NFL. We're going to simulate to the midseason. I'm expecting us to be, like, at least with one win heading into this. So, and also, if anybody was wondering why I haven't been really, like, recording anything, really, outside of, like, again, NFL mock draft, for the past couple of days, it's kind of just because I just kind of just ran out of ideas, and stuff like that. It's going to be really difficult for me to try to record a lot, like live stream when it's going to be a 5-day week, because our 5-day weeks are coming. The diagnostic is coming, which is just a pain. Like, I'm trying to make my videos more exciting, but at the same time, it's not really helping because I'm still playing video games. Like, I should have a day off of video games instead and stuff. But you kind of get what I mean. I don't really know why I still play video games. When I say I should I really should be taking a break of video games. Not because it's obviously helps with my physical health, because, being outside would be helpful, especially if I'm planning to do football next year, which I am leaning towards, which I think I might decide to make a video about that, because the last time I did that, it was very, very rough for my channel. That is. It was very rough. Like during September and stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of what I expected. We at least having one win, and that's exactly what happened. We went 1-6 in the entire season. We have, we have lots of money to go resign any of these players. I'm not really in the mood to sign anybody outside of Denzel Perryman. I would like to have him again on a 1-year pack, and I'll increase the money even a little bit. And he is back on a 1-year pack for next year, That's it. That's really all I wanted to sign this year. That was the only player I wanted to re-sign this year, was because like the only reason why I wanted to re-sign him was because he had good potential for at least to be decent next year. So that was the only reason why I wanted to re-sign him. So what is our skill position improvements? I don't really know what that word is, but I'm gonna upgrade that. I'm gonna have the rest just be auto, but I really hope we're just at least not the worst in offense and defense. That's kind of just all I'm really hoping for, is to not be ranked worse in offense or defense. We are ranked 26th in offense, so that's a good thing. We are improved significantly in offense, while slightly declined as the second worst in defense. Again, I'm just running the ball a little bit more because we have a better running back this time. Jamal Crocker nearly has 400 yards. Our receiving core, nothing spectacular. Michael Parson, who has had only 4 catches for 56 yards. Okay. Our O-line, Tammet Spear, I am extremely disappointed. Has allowed 8 sacks so far. And he's my best offensive lineman. So that's very disappointing. Most tackles. Let me see who has the most solo tackles. I'm kind of curious. Denzel Perriman has the most solo tackles. I'm assuming he have the most tackles. 3 sacks for Brandon Ayer. That's very disappointing. 2.5 sacks. I'm disappointed. Like, I know we're not supposed to have a ton of success this year, but the fact this guy only had 2.5 sacks is just disappointing. He had only 1 sack, despite he is rated as a pass rusher. So, like, I just don't get it. So, we don't need an interior anymore. Now we don't even need to give a crap about the interior position. But what are the biggest... Again, it's wide receiver and cornerback. I think I am going to use wide receiver this time because we really need some receivers. I know we also need corner as well, but you kind of get what I mean here. There are three quarterbacks, and one of them are scramblers. I so badly want to draft him. I know, like, it's because you don't see scramblers at top 5. You just don't. You actually don't. Derek Johnson also looks interesting. Just to, keep an eye out. Like, I don't even know what to say. I do not know what to say. I don't even think I need to... I'm just going to simulate it straight to the offseason. I know we're not going to make it to the playoffs, like, unless we win every game, except, like, 1 maybe, but, like, you get what I mean. We're not going to make it to the playoffs. I don't think there's any need to check the top players in this class. Sorry, I'm stretching. But, like, there was no need to check who, like, the top players. Because the top players, most of them are just players we do not need. So, yeah. But after this year, if I'm still, like, a 76, I will, like, at least in the 70s, I will slightly upgrade. I will upgrade myself. Not as an athlete, obviously, because I like to keep it as what it is as an athlete. Maybe besides agility and acceleration, maybe, but that's kind of it. But, like, back to where I was saying, like, I don't know if I want to, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with what I'm dealing with. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but what I'm kind of just trying to say is that I don't really know what I want to do. Um, Heading to the because like football season is coming up. I want to do football. I really do. It's just like because my passion for football is freaking crazy. Like I love football. I would love to do it when I grow up. But the problem is, it's like these tiny little problems just make it into a huge problem for me to do stuff. One like I was sprained my ankle like twice. So I honestly also am concerned about my ankles. Am I gonna sprain it again, or or is it gonna be worse, like a fracture? Because this is not a good time to have fractures or sprains or strains, I could say, because it's really just something I don't want to happen, especially when I'm in puberty. So we end up playing better than we were last season with a 5-12 record. So we just were good enough to probably not get a top 3 pick. So yeah, 30th in offense, despite how bad that is, we still improved. And we had the worst defense. Okay. That's not an improvement so well. We barely got over 4,000 yards and actually had more interceptions, but at least we didn't get sacked as much as we did last time. Our rookie running back, nearly had over 1,000 yards this season, so that's a good thing. Our best receiver was Blake Palola, and he got over 900 yards. I want to see what their rookie receiver was. Our rookie receiver had 8 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Okay. 13 sacks for Darrell Dotson. That's okay, because again, it's his rookie year, so it's fine. But Troutman Steele, I'm super disappointed. 11 sacks. Like, come on. Matt Brown had 1 sack. Nate Davis had 1 sack. Connor McGarrow had 4 sacks. Okay. 11 sacks for Jamari Smallwood. Apparently, he heard what I said about, oh, I'm very disappointed in you. He heard that and he said, you know what? I'm going to get 9 sacks for the rest of the season. And look what he did. Actually, it's not even 9 sacks, I think. I think it was 9.5. It was 9.5 or 9. But either way, that's still really good for 9 games, at least. So I want to look at season stats. So yeah, the last 2 games he didn't get a sack, which was okay. But he got 3 sacks against the Browns, which that's very, really nice. 1 sack, 1 sack, 1 sack, 2.5, and then 0 and 0, which is okay. But that is like what I want to see. Is these 5 games, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That is what I like to see. What I don't like to see was all these other games where he had 0 sacks. Or Broncos with 0.5. That's what I like to see. And he now might potentially get Defensive Rookie of the Year, which that's actually really going to help his development. Larry Allen and Will Larson both got 2 interceptions. And Denzel Perriman, George Thornhill, Dre Jackson, and Connor Jones all had 1 interception. Again, our team sucked this year. It's not its fault. It's kind of just the fact that it's Bill O'Brien. It's always Bill O'Brien's fault. It's Bill O'Brien's fault for the reason why they're this bad. You could blame this all on Bill O'Brien. If Bill O'Brien didn't trade DeAndre Hopkins, this would have never happened. It's always goes back to the DeAndre Hopkins thing. It's I mean, all around it was a bad idea. Like, trading him was one thing. But not even getting at least a first-round pick for a top-5 wide receiver, that's a whole nother story. So, yeah, and I am a 74 overall. I'm also making myself 20 again. That's number 1. But it's probably also because of my depth trait. I'm also making my depth trait star, which that should increase significantly my boost in terms of overall wise, and I am going to upgrade my character. 86 under pressure, 86 throw and run, 84 in deep throw accuracy, 86 in medium, and 91 in short. So I am currently now a 79 overall, which I think this year I would be 16th, so I finally would be able to get my driver's license, I could say. So, yeah. Philly ended up going to the Super Bowl. Okay. I'm just hoping that he won. He did. So, wait. I just noticed something. We just checked. He didn't get his depth trait. I am actually going to change that, though, because he deserves it. Philly ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning against Miami. That's not an easy thing to do. Miles Sanders wins MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts wins MVP. Nick Sirianni wins Coach MVP. But again, nothing spectacular for us besides, our pass rusher got Defensive Rookie of the Year, which is really nice. Which, one, I will be upgrading him slightly more because obviously it makes sense because he only gets one upgrade for exchange of that. And two, I'm also upgrading his depth trait Superstar, which that is going to be amazing because it's just going to make it a lot more easier for him to upgrade as a player. So that's going to be a really big thing for him. That's like, this is big. This is very, very big here. Alright, and that's it. He's an 83 overall. And with Superstar Dev. Like, that's pretty crazy. He's the only person that at least has a depth trait. That is not star or normal. So, that's going to be pretty big for this player. And defensive rally, I think I'm going to give him. Because our pass rush outside of him is literal garbage. It's just garbage. So apparently he was bad enough to the point that he didn't even get at least a star depth trait. Which is understandable because he had 46 tackles, 10 for a loss, which is decent. But he only had 2.5 sacks. Seriously? Seriously? Like, I can kind of understand why this is the worst defense in the league. Denzel Perriman, again, I will keep him. This is his final year, probably, as a Houston Texan. And then I'll cut him. Or he's going to retire. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. He retires, or I'm going to let him walk to free agency. It is seriously one of the two. Because he is not playing on my team in 2025. I think that's what it's going to be. So, yeah. But it's so funny to think that I'm about to be 14 soon. It's funny to think about, but it's actually true. And I'm about to be in 8th grade next year. Like I remember back in elementary school, I was like thinking of like being in high school and stuff, being like, how is high school gonna be? Like, I'm gonna get like a ton of homework and stuff, but now it's much more closer because like back then I was like in 3rd grade. I was long away from high school. Now, I'm not really. And honestly, I thought the number 1 was the number 4. And how many people are watching my live stream. I mean, I would love it to be number 4, but hey, that's fine. I wonder what we have in terms of draft picks. I'm assuming we have at least 3 first-round picks this year. which is really good to build around the team, obviously. So that's something. But what do we have? So we have the number 3 pick. Okay. We also have 16th pick and the 21st pick. Okay. That's fine. Again, I already know we're not signing anybody for free agency. I mean, for free agency, probably, but there's none of our free agents I would like to resign. Jacksonville wins the division. That's not surprising. But let's try to catapult ourselves to potential playoff contenders this year. Because this division, like, everybody except us barely, Jalen Hurts is interesting. I am so frustrated because I want to sign him so bad. Because it's like every time I want to get him and then I'm not able to get him. Because, like, he has zero interest. So it's just such a pain, you know. Mike Evans has interest. He has a franchise QB, number 1. Warm weather and close to home. So I'll give you a 2-year pack. And hopefully you stay on that 2-year pack. Because he might retire next year. And I'll give you all this money. He doesn't like the length, but everything else he loves. So I'm assuming, yep, we are pretty much going to get him. Antoine Winfield. We need another safety. So give me frickin' Antoine Winfield, buddy. And you know what? Let's look at the best player in free agency. Nick Bosa. I know I do this, like, every time, but it's because, like, he's such a, like, a beast. So, like, you can't really fault me there for that. Valerian Tunzel, he doesn't have any interest with us, but I would like to have him on a 2-year pack. I will even increase your salary. So, just something you could think about. Obviously, I'm not even expecting him to resign because he traded, but you know, just something for him to, you know, maybe want to do. Logan Wilson is available, and I'm taking him. I know he's 28. Wow. So he doesn't care about his salary, but what he really does care is his signing bonus. Okay, I'm totally fine with that contract right there. I am not signing that man no more than 5 years. It's just not gonna happen. It is not going to happen. Alright, let's see here. So everybody except Larry Tunzel and Mike Evans have yet to resign. And we end up getting Nick Bosa and Wilson. So who was the other guy we didn't get? I forgot. Who was the other guy we didn't get? Oh, it was Anton Winfield. That actually really sucks. Because, again, we really need him. I want to get Jalen Hurts so bad. Like, you have no idea how much I want to get Jalen Hurts. Ridiculous. I can't, because it's not how really the rebuild works here. Brandon Ayuk, I would like to get him on the team. If we're not going to get Mike Evans, at least we have a number 1 receiver in Brandon Ayuk. And this is very necessary, because our receiving core is garbage. Pile of actual trash. John Johnson, sure. 4-year pack. If we're not going to get freaking Anton Winfield, I might as well go get John Johnson. Also, Isaiah Simmons is also available, who I'm actually going to sign here, without a question. I am going to hog him. And yeah, alright. Let's see here. So we didn't get Isaiah Simmons yet, as well as a Larry Tunzel, so he's thinking. So we did get Mike Evans, and Brandon Ayuk, and John Johnson. But is there any other free agents I might want to consider getting before I just kind of just go to the draft? Jeff Okudah is a nice, solid bumper, like, 2 option at corner. So, yeah, I'll consider signing him onto the team. But is there anybody else Oh my God, Bobby Wagner. There's no way I'm not doing. No. 2-year pack. I don't think he's even gonna last for 2 years, but I am gonna sign him onto a team for a 2-year deal pack. I don't think he's gonna last for 2 years. As a matter of fact, I think he's only gonna last for 1 year. But who knows? Who knows? Jonathan Greenland? Nope. I really wish I did end up getting Ed Oliver, but I didn't decide to do that. So, you know what I might do then is just sign a 1-year pack for Fletcher Cox. That's what I want to do. And I think that's all the free agents I really want to go get. So, Larry Tunzel, again, a 2-year. Actually, you know what? Let's make it 3-year pack. And do that. Slightly give him a better salary, just to see if he has boosted his interest into signing with us. No, we did not. Isaiah Simmons, I think I'm going to keep it where it is, as well as Jeff Okuda. Bobby Wagner will stay the same, and Fletcher Cox will stay the same. So everybody except Bobby Wagner has signed to a team. So, who do we get? Isaiah Simmons, Jeff Okuda, and Fletcher Cox. So we didn't get Larry Tunzel, which again I'm not that surprised, but it was just something I can consider. I wasn't gonna sign him because I wanted him to be my starting attacker. It's just something I wanted to consider, maybe as an option. So we're gonna simulate it to mock draft number 4. See if we did get Bobby Wagner or not. I hope we do, but if we don't, that's okay. And let's see, did we get it? But I want to see how good is our team now when we look at the past or something. Yeah, this is a wholly better roster. Nico Collins is now not my number 1 receiver. Now he's just going to be a free agent because I don't want him on my team anymore. Kendrick Steele, I kind of just want to trade him. He's just not a guy I want. Another guy who I don't want is Connor McGround. So those are going to be players that are going to be cap space moves and make sense because, again, we are significantly about to take a big hit caps because we just signed all these players. Bobby Wagner is on the roster, and I will move Perriman to outside linebacker. So he's going to play a completely different position this year, so that's going to be very interesting. But our defense still has a lot of holes all over the roster. Our offense, we have a hole at right tackle, because I'm going to be trading him. I'm also going to be trading him and Kenyon Green. But on defense, we still need corners. I think pass rusher, we're fine at the nose tackle, but we need to get corner addressed in the draft. That's not even a question. And also tight end. Tight end is another position. And also a better receiver because yeah. I feel like what we could do is trade those 2 O-linemen for a better receiver or cornerback. Which I'm probably going to do corner because then I don't have to double down on corner. You know? Kendrick Steele and Connor McGround are both players I would like to get rid of. As well as Kenyon Green. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Nope. So, let's see here. Titans have an interest, but they don't have really any good receivers. Steelers have interest, but I also have an interest in the player, George Pickens. I also had an interest with Alex Highsmith, but I'm not going to look at him. Because, again, we already have enough players as it is. So, it's not going to be enough just to get that. But I don't know, a 3rd round pick as well. Oh, just barely. Just barely. So how about this? Let's not do this for now. Let's do this and trade up for a 2nd round pick. And so boom. Right? And then I'm going to trade, again, with the Pittsburgh Steelers to go get George Pickens. It's 200 IQ right there. So we're pretty much trading players I don't need on the roster anymore for practically another just beast receiver for... I know I didn't really need to do that. Like, I could have easily just gotten a worse receiver. And then maybe a draft pick, but I think it's worth it. So George Pickens for exchange of Cameron Steele, Connor McGarn, and their second round pick. So now we have 3 beast receivers. But the thing that also helps with George Pickens is that, Mike Evans, he's 31, right? So, like, he could be a nice plug-in receiver. And then Brandon Ayuk could just be my slot receiver for now. So now, again, we still need a right tackle. Now we need right tackle. We also, again, still need tight end. I would also like to get a better running back option. And we also need better corners. But we're also going to trade Kenyon Green. And I'm hopefully can get a better running back just trading him. Or a free agent. That works too. I think I might want to... I really kind of want to get Tariq Woolen, but I just do not see that happening. Durant would be nice. Jeff Ramsey. He's 29 years old. So he's not that really young anymore. They do have interest in Kenyon Green, but that's not going to, like, happen. Just like, boom. 21st pick. Okay. How about actually the number 3rd overall pick? Because they do need quarterback. They do need quarterback, but I feel like they have, like, a top pick as well. No. No, they don't. So, how about this? You trade up, also get Kenny Green, but you get Jalen Ramsey. But it costs you Jalen Ramsey. No, that's not acceptable. Okay. How about the 117th pick? No. How about 112? I swear to God, it's somehow not accepted. Oh. This is just getting annoying. I know I could get this trade off. Like, I know, because we're super close. But I have to trade my force, turn that into... I might be able to turn this into a second, actually. But let me try with the Philly Eagles, because they have the lowest second-round pick in 64. No. So I can't. But I can at least maybe get a 3rd-round pick. I'm guaranteed a 3rd-round pick with this. Guaranteed. So, again, we're doing like we did with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're doing this just to try to get Jalen Ramsey. And Jalen, so not only we're going to have the best edge rush group in the league, like the edge rush group in the league, but I'm also going to have so not only this, but now I'm going to have arguably one of the best corners in terms of overalls in the game. That's pretty ridiculous. So, I messed up. I traded all of this just to get Jalen Ramsey, but not their 1st round pick. Oof. Well, that's whatever. I mean, at least we still get Jalen Ramsey. Like, that's kind of all I really wanted there, was to get Jalen Ramsey. Oh, he has star dev now? Since when he had star dev? I didn't know that. I also didn't know that we had George Thornhill on the roster. I completely forgot about him. So, sorry, George Thornhill, but you're going to be another player I would like to get rid of. So, hopefully we can try to get a good right tackle for exchange of him. So, Alex Leatherwood, he's a guard, in my opinion. Tristan Wirfs. What about Bull Paul? They don't have enough cap space. Unless I want to, trade, I don't know, for a backup player. So, but it's not even close. It's not even close. You know what I might want to do? Is trade him. Because he's going to be very easy to get. I honestly could even probably get a mid-round pick as well. Because they also have interest. Like, they have a ton of... They have big interest for Thornhill. So there you go. But now, I'm going to move the guy we had at left tackle. Move him back to right tackle. Slater, I will be moved... Like, I'll upgrade him a little bit more. Because I feel like he's better than a 74. So... Yeah, like, this line got a big upgrade. Like, I'm hoping that he doesn't get, like, 13 or 11 sacks like he did last year, you know. But our offense is now going to be pretty good. But our defense is also supposed to be explosive. This is going to be a disgusting team. Obviously, again, I feel like maybe drafting a nose tackle could be necessary next year, but that's just, again, my opinion. Denzel Perriman, hopefully you can play, really good at linebacker. This could really be a playoff team right here. Like, this roster is really good to take the next step. This is a really good roster that I can believe to take the next step. And finally compete to a Super Bowl. Okay, maybe not Super Bowl, but like playoffs, you know. I'm also going to upgrade Isaiah Simmons, because again, he should not be an 83. Actually, I want to see what his PFF grade was. Let me double check real quick. How good was he? Isaiah Simmons PFF grade. How good was his PFF grade? I want to make sure before I start upgrading him. Oh, it was 6. Okay, I'm going to just keep him in what he was. I'll just keep you where you were. We have... This is like... I mean, again, we're not really close to contending to a Super Bowl, because we still have a lot of holes on the roster. Well, maybe not a lot, but, like, again, you know what I mean, like, a few. But... we're still not quite running for a Super Bowl yet. If you know what I mean. So there you go. 78 overall left tackle, which is kind of how high of an overall my left tackle was at right tackle. I mean, him before I moved him to right tackle, obviously. But so, yeah, we got a lot of roster. Like, now what I want to do is see if there's any potential, like, backup running back free agent that I could try to go sign. Because I would like to have a backup running back right now. I would like to. Okay, now he's gone at least. Now I don't have to whine about it, but Lamar Jackson's still available. I kind of want to sign A.J. Dillon. I want to sign Cam Akers, but, like, again, I want to have my rookie running back who I drafted in the first round to play as well. But so that's why I'm going to sign Boston Scott. He is going to be my starter in elusive, but he could be a nice power back. He could be a nice little power back. Another player I also want to consider getting is Hodgins. Isaiah Hodgins, just to be a slot receiver. Not this year. He's just going to be a death piece this year. But he could just be a solid pass catcher for now. Tyler Higbee, he could be my option as number 1 tight end. Obviously, a 2-year pack. I'm not signing him on a 3-year pack. And here you go. Give you all that. Let's see who's available at corner. Uche is still available. How much is he asking? He's only asking for a 1-year deal pack. Really? Okay. Alright, here you go. Obviously that's it, because now we're at 40K, and I'd like to consider saving all that money for something else. So let's see who we got. So we got AJ Dillon, we got Tyler Higbee, and Isaiah Hodgins, but we did not get the corner. So still have a need a corner. After all we did, we still have a need a corner. So the needs in this draft are pretty much just corner. Corner is our only need heading into the draft. But I feel like we might as well just trade for a corner rather than just not. And also for nose tackle, because again, we have first round picks, and we're here to win now. We're not here to just wait. We're here to win now. So let's get a better nose tackle and a cornerback. Like, he doesn't even have to be really that good. I just kind of need a solid corner. So, like, Greg Newsome and... Oh, they don't really have any good nose tackles, don't they? Byron Murphy. Yeah, no good nose tackles. It's like every team I find a really good corner that I want, they just don't have any good nose tackles. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Daniel Preston. I don't think this is... Yeah, that's not going to be accepted. I'm honestly a little surprised of how low they value both of these players. I know, I get it. It's a first-round pick, but still. Alright. Here you go. So now we have Asante Samuel and a true pass rusher, or a true nose tackle for the future. Yeah. This is going to be a very scary team heading into the season. Like, this is going to be the most scariest. Like, this is a scary looking roster. We have zero needs at every position. Like, we're ready to contend for a Super Bowl, I think, with all these moves that we did during the season. During the off season. And I also believe when he's like 34 years old, Bobby Wagner, he would still be at least a good linebacker, at least. He wouldn't be like that all-pro linebacker we know of now, but he would still be a very good linebacker. Oh, I forgot. Logan Wilson is that right side linebacker, so I'd have to move him to left side linebacker instead. But hey, this is a very scary roster. Now all I gotta do, all I really gotta hope is that myself can finally just make that step up this season, because he has the roster to contend for a freaking Super Bowl. So now I just need myself to make that step up, and then we can finally contend for a Super Bowl. But I don't think this is going to be the year where we're going to Super Bowl. I don't think so, because of the factor of we just do not have a good enough of a quarterback, and I think we might need to wait in terms of development. So, yeah. Alright. Let's go to the playoffs. I'm simulating it to the playoffs. I don't care. Simulating it. Ooh. But like again, like I don't know how am I gonna deal with dealing with like football and having the lack of free time because like it does take me a while to like get ready for stuff. So kind of when I get, but it's kind of hard. It's gonna be very hard for me to decide like because I want to play football this year. I really do. It's just like I had issues last year that were just big mental issues. Physical, I'm fine with. Like obviously again, but mentally it was just, yeah. You know, I didn't like try 100%. I know that is a fact. I know I could be a lot better, but what I just wish is that I had a trust, like I actually have a connection with the head coach, which I think I do with Coach Kevin. I do like him. I actually like him as a head coach, and I don't have. I mean, not as a head coach, as a coach. Um. So, and I have him this year, I think. So, it's going to be nice to have him, and he could potentially be, a coach I like have a connection with. Bergen, we have personality is the same. It's just like I have really not like gotten to like a talk with him. I don't know what he's like because like it's like because and let me tell you why we have the same personality is because I remember the time that Bergen because obviously I'm silent because of growing pains with my ankle and I really, really, really wish that these growing pains with my rotated ankle. It's like my growing pains with my ankle is or sore or something like that has really, really slowed me down. It's slowing me down, and that's just facts. And I'm just really hoping that this year can be my year that like I can make that step up. And also like what makes this year could be a little bit more easier is the factor of I have experience. Now I have actual experience of playing the sport, like actual sport, like playing competitive. Um, because again, like we barely missed the playoffs. It was kind of my fault in that matter. Obviously, the game I wasn't there the first time. It wasn't my fault, but the game that we lost, the second loss, that was entirely my fault. It was not their fault. They probably tried their best efforts. Me losing, not being, I mean, it's me just not being there. It's really messed up. So, like, obviously, I would love to be, like, a football player as a career. But obviously, this channel will be another career path I would like to do. So it's like it's really just gonna depend how this holds up when the lack of actually having the capability to upload videos and stuff. So, are you really kidding me? So we lost to Indianapolis, which not only made them win the division, but we also lost the chance to make it to the playoffs. Actually, I think no matter what, we probably wouldn't have made it to the playoffs, but you kind of get what I mean. It's very frustrating because we could have, like, our team is really good enough to win the division. It's just like we just weren't that good enough for some reason. Again, we had, okay, 20th in offense is a little disappointing, with the 16th in defense. That's also very interesting because we have a very good defense, like I said. Again, it's not even our quarterback's fault. Our quarterback's fault, it was not. He was playing really well. A.J. Dillon apparently had the most carries, and yet he didn't got more yards than Crocker in his rookie year. At least Brandon Ayuk, Mike Evans, and Tyler Higbee all had over 1,000 yards this season, which makes it very huge for us. Again, George Pickett's at over 700 yards, which, again, I didn't care because he didn't really need him to be that very good. Our O-line, he did allow less sacks, but it was by 2. So, it's not saying anything. Nick Bosa had 24.5 sacks, while Starwood had 6, which is okay, because again, he just completely took control of the entire defense. 4 interceptions for Jalen Ramsey, 3 interceptions, 2 interceptions, 1 interception for all of these players that I just showed you, so, yeah, but anyway, I'm going to end the video there. I just feel like this team was good enough to win the Super Bowl. It just didn't, but anyway, peace.